Hey, Virgo seekers. Welcome back to the existential shift, or anew, if you're new. Okay, let's see what this coming month has in store for you. I'm working with the Spellcasters Tarot. Yep. Virgo. Show me Virgo, please. Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, right off the bat. Is that so, Virgo? Both of these cards, by the way, symbolize Virgo energy. Amongst the minor arcana, the 8, 9, and 10 of Pentacles. So you're like trailblazing into this month, into this time frame. Very grounded, very accomplished, very you, just who you are, from a place that is authentic to who you are. This is not a success or an accomplishment that is based in a facade or a mask or, you know, character that you've created in order to get something. Like, this is in line with your authentic self. And we're starting with the Nine of Pentacles. So you do it from a place that is individual, is empowered, independent, and then you just waltz in fluidly, calmly into a place that is more community oriented and cooperative, a togetherness. It's like you're bringing in everything that you've achieved, everything that you know, into a space of more people, and it fits right in like a puzzle. What a great start for this reading, Virgo. Some of you, on a different note, and it could be a parallel note, feeling a little bit, maybe you have a very abundant environment, a big family, household, a tribe, a community that you're a part of, but you feel a little like the odd man, woman out, in your own world, not completely understood, apart but not apart, seeing everyone, connecting and being happy and just make sense to one another, and you just feel like something is missing or you're not completely a good fit. Maybe you feel like a little bit outside of a family situation or a community situation, a group situation. In this Nine of Pentacles here, you're like talking to the squirrel, right? That kid that gets along with animals better than with humans, while everyone else in the family or the community are, together and getting along and just make sense to one another. I feel like these are two very different things that I've just said, right? And I think it's both. I think what I just said about feeling like the odd man out or woman out is how you perceive yourself or have perceived yourself, or maybe it's your life circumstances, how you've grown up, or just how you're used to being in communities. And now you're sliding just as you are with your oddities and unique aspects into a group situation where it does make sense and it does fit. And it requires some mental adjustments because you're not used to that. Strength card. It's a place where you get to showcase all your powers, your inner beauty, your skill sets, your abilities, the things that you had to fight for in order to create, in order to maintain, in order to protect. Now it's like it feels safe for you to be in that space without having to hide certain aspects, without having to modify to fit the environment. There's no modifying here. It's just 1000% you. It's a sense of it's a coming home type of energy. It's like falling in love with life again, feeling like, yeah, you may have made sense to yourself, but now you make sense with your environment and you feel accepted for these things and not despite of these things about you, right? And it just makes you feel like it was all worth it, you know, the right tree in the wrong field, how you were. More pentacles, six of pentacles. So, hmm, sorry, 1 second. I feel like there's stepping above or expanding beyond place of being in the needing help. Not that there's anything wrong with needing help, but it seems to maybe have been a theme in your life where circumstances, life situations have consistently maybe placed you in a position where you had to receive help from people, um, where you had to rely on people, and maybe that's what drove you into ultra independence. And it's now as you circle back to being a part of a society, but not from a place that needs help, but from a place that is just, you know, equally apart, you know? Um, it feels very, very different. Like you see how people treat you differently. And I'm not to say, it's not to say that you didn't deserve help or that it's any of your fault. I don't think this is any case of you having, you know, allegedly taking advantage of people or constantly codependent. I don't think you've been codependent at all. There are cards here that are extremely powerful and very independent. It's like it has nothing to do with your inner light or skill. The Suit of Pentacles is very associated with skill set and ability. I think it's been either karma or just life simply imposing things onto you that inevitably put you in that scenario, but in those scenarios, but people don't understand that, right? When someone is in need, the first thing that they do, by the most part, is be like, well, what did they do to deserve it? Or at the very least, what is their responsibility in the situation, or what is their accountability in that? Now, I'm the first to encourage, you know, taking ownership for our situations and being accountable to the places we find ourselves in. But I'm also the first to know exactly how crazy life can be and the obstacles and setbacks that they can impose on you with you having absolute no say in it, right? But the thing is, even though from this reading, it seems to me that you have done nothing from a place of wanting to be dependent or wanting charity or even or playing on that. I don't think you've been playing that role of the charity case for the sake of receiving. Quite the opposite. I think every time you've asked was from because you've exhorted all other possibilities and you had literally had no choice. And I don't think the people that have faced you once you needed help, or once you've asked for help or shown that you need help, they were not aware of what you went through prior to that to get you there. To them, you may as well have just, like, yesterday had an issue, tomorrow now you just call them up without even trying. Like, they don't see your attempts to resolve the situation on your own prior to that, so they judge you in accordance, which is, it's that's on them. That's their short sight. Well, Virgo, have you exhausted all efforts? Why are you coming to me now? And it's like, if you only knew. And it's most frustrating when it comes from people who couldn't even begin to fathom certain life circumstances because their situation or life path has been relatively privileged. So they don't, it's like, don't judge before you walk in a Virgo's shoes, right? Because they say you're the sign of reality, but that's not entirely accurate. You're the sign of creating order out of chaos, right? The Piscean chaos. So, it, in order for you to become so organized and so on top of things, you've gone through incredible levels of chaos imposed on your life path, right? So that you could practice that muscle, strengthen that muscle of creating reality. It's not that you're the sign of reality, you're the sign of creating reality out of chaos, which requires enormous levels of, you know, order, self accountability, strength, perseverance, responsibility, um, showing up to everything. But that Piscean chaotic aspect of you that you have to deal with in your life, I mean, is unseen to others. They only judge you by. But you have risen to a level where you've weaved order into the chaos of your life, of the chaos that was in your life. I bet 99.9% of people in your life, if any, are completely unaware of the levels of endurance and the path that you had to, um, things you had to go through in order to be in this position, whatever the position is. I love seeing all these pentacles for you. It shows stability and groundedness. It shows a place in the world for you. And you're like the sand, you're mutable earth. You're so present, yet you're so aloof at the same time. And you finding that beach that you can be that sand in, storm free, is borderline miraculous for you. Oh my God, this just keeps getting better. Queen of Cups and the Sun. So we have, from the energies of the cards here, we have all the fixed signs. We have you. You started the reading with you, the 9 and 10 of Pentacles, and then we move to Strength, Leo, 6 of Pentacles, Taurus, Queen of Cups, Scorpio, and the Sun, Leo again. There's a T square. And the point of the triangle, the upper point of the triangle within this T square, the Leo energy, the sun, the power, the heart space, the brave heart, The heart of gold is doubled. It's like it's the north to this. And the axis of Taurus Scorpio, the axis of life and death, is kind of finding itself bending to the heart, the sun, the awareness. That is an integration, it's an incorporation of both polarities of Taurus Scorpio. And it's done without resistance. These energies are not resisting to you. They're just acknowledging your authority in this. And these are all energies within you, by the way, which in turn manifests in an environment that acknowledges you as well in this way. There's an incredible amount of success here, Virgo, that comes from an authentic place of how you feel, what you are fully here with this Queen of Cups, what your desires are, what your emotions are. And I see that you had to keep a lot of secrets from a place that you couldn't really trust everybody. You had to like walk on eggshells, and this person I share this with, person I share that with. It was very measured who you've shown yourself to, who you've expressed your heart to. And with the Sun card right after the Queen of Cups, it's almost like, okay, it's accepted well. It's a great reading. Taurus had a really positive reading as well. Completely different narrative, but still very positive. There's a lot of energy in Taurus right now, and it's trining you. So I feel like it's affecting you in a very beneficial way that is calmer than what Taurus is experiencing relatively. Show us more, please, for Virgo for the next 30 days-ish, from whenever you're watching it, by the way. Ace of Wands, Six of Swords, and the Lovers. What uh, what do I see here? And the Six of Swords right under the Queen of Cups, all this water. Speaking of sand and water and ocean. I see a new opportunity, a very, very important opportunity that comes in. It might require travel or a move of some sort, a change of some sort. It's a big decision that you're going to need to make that will affect, the path of your life. It's going to be very meaningful. It has to do with a gift that you have, a talent of some sort, something that you do really well. And I see it putting you on the path of like your true soul's passion. But it will require a decision and a transition. Five of Swords and Three of Cups. Okay. You can't sit on the fence on this one. You can't have it both ways. You can't make everyone happy. This attempt will sabotage this opportunity. You can't go back for people who would not go back for you. Rewind and hear me again. You got to choose your future and do so celebratory and celebration, have a very clear path. I feel like a heavy heart with it. So maybe for those of you who are watching this after you already know what this opportunity is about and you were thinking, well, maybe I can incorporate this and that and bring this with me and that. No, and I know you know it deep down, and I feel like it hits you on a spot that hurts. Sorry. If you need to choose between two partners, you can't have it both way. You can't have one linger and the other linger and just keep one person on the shelf as long as you're dealing with the other person just to see how this turns out and have them just in case this doesn't turn out. It will it will break down the inertia and the energy of the love you can have with that person, right? If you play it, if you manipulate it, if you mess with it, if you try to have the cake and eat it too, because this is something on a very high spiritual caliber, right? So, in order for a love connection to be on a high spiritual caliber, both entities ought to be in that place. And if you reduce your energetic frequency by playing games, being manipulative, it will affect the connection itself. It will reduce it and it will inevitably make the other person not be able to be in that place because they're going to insist on maintaining that level of energy, that level of frequency that in the first place got them to a level of being a good match to something so beautiful, right? So a word of caution in that respect. What else? Anything else about this for Virgo, please? Yes, of course. Sun, moon, rising, placements that you have, stallion, whatever you feel guided to watch. That applies to all my readings, okay? Woof, whoa. Just got dizzy by this. The Emperor and the Hangman, which carries the similar archetype of Odin and Zeus, of going through the sacrifice in order to find the secrets of life. I spoke about this in Ophiuchus, believe it was, yeah, in Ophiuchus, in the Ophiuchus reading. Something new and powerful awaits for you, or is knocking on your door, or wants to begin. But you're keeping yourself, some of you, and this is a continuance of of everything I just said in the past few minutes with the Five of Swords and the Three of Cups. And some of you will be sitting put, insisting on watching how the past or current situation is being burned to ashes and destroyed until the very last second. And if you do that, it might be too late to catch that boat. This is a boat to catch. This, this is, this comes in, this comes in fast, and it's a boat to catch, to be on. And if you miss it because you're constantly looking back or staying on shore or staying wherever, be it the place, the relationship, the situation, whatever the case may be of the past, because you really want to make sure that it's absolutely over when you already know it's over and the new beginning is already like trying to carry you on its waves, you might find yourself stuck in that barren land that will be completely burned. It's like you can see the fire, you can see it's already about to reach you, yet you sit there because it's not enough for you to see the fire coming in. You want it to burn you too, so that you're absolutely certain. You don't need to be burned by the fire to be certain that the fire, once it reaches you, it will burn you, right? It's like you're in between your past and your future, Virgo, and you need to hop the train of the future before the past completely burns down and you with it and takes you down with it. I want to see another aspect to this reading. Just want to show you the cards. Okay, so I'm going to take the major arcana. It's just the existential shift spread that I like doing. Okay, I have strength, sun, lovers, emperor, and hangman. Now we have 2 sixes, Queen of Cups, 1, 3, 5, 9, 10. We're going to put the mirror. There's no repetition in the minor arcana. No alignment here, except for the 6. Actually, there is in the 6. Sorry. Okay. If you take the high road of your spirit, of your soul, of your heart, as opposed to doubling down and insisting on the self-sacrifice and, you know, the captain going down with it with his ship type of bullshit. No, you're not supposed to drown with the ship. You're supposed to go on a lifeboat, every single person on it, help others as well, and find your way back to safe shore. There's nothing romantic about sacrificing yourself for a boat that is drowning. Right? You have this incredible opportunity offered to you. And it will require you to get on that lifeboat away from whatever past this is. And you really need to listen to the song of the siren of your soul, where it's leading you to. If you hold on dogmatic ideologies, values that don't serve you and don't serve anything really, don't serve anyone. The sacrificial martyr. Okay. You'll stay in the same karmic loop for God knows how many more years. This is a demanding energy, this Queen of Cups. It's very sensual, very goes all the way, shameless, unapologetic with who she is, who they are. It's an energy that knows itself. And I feel like this is where you're heading to. following the call of the siren, even if it's like an exterior siren to you, it's a manifestation of, it's a mirroring of the inner siren in you, of your soul's calling. Right? If it's something that is tempting you to move away from something that is very good for you and very positive for you, that works really well, then okay, you can look at it as a temptation to I don't know, get over or push away. But if it's an alignment with your spirit, with your soul, with your heart, with your desire, with your dream, if it's everything you could have asked for and more, that's not a temptation to overcome. That's a destiny to follow. Seven days free trial over on Patreon. Link is below. You'll find Tarot Masterclass where I teach you tarot. You'll find Karmic Shift and Liberation, and you'll find daily rune messages. Stay magic, stay true. I love ya.